Rob Ferretti here, and I got Turo catfished, and I'm driving what's pretty much the most inaccurately represented Turo car I've ever gotten. Up here, sitting in the parking lot in just outside of Quebec City in Canada. We're doing an adventure drive trip to the Ice Hotel. You may have heard about it, but it's one of those trips, and Adventure Drives is predominantly a trip based around luxury travel for people driving sports cars. But sometimes we do like cold weather winter stuff, which isn't like welcoming of sports cars, right? It doesn't coincide with the enjoyment of them. So we do activity-based trips, like up in Iceland where we did off-roading and snowmobiling on glaciers and stuff, or up here in Canada where we're doing the Ice Hotel and dog sledding and snow tubing and ice skating through the woods, stuff like that. So I found myself needing vehicles to transport my customers. And when I do that, I look for nice vehicles. Now, I love the predictability of going to a Hertz, Enterprise, Avis, or something like that because it's easy. If something doesn't live up to your standards, you can get something else. In this situation, I started counting how many people I was going to have, and I'm like, all right, I need capacity for more people than two, like 5-passenger vehicles. And you don't want anyone sitting in the middle seat in the back. Like, that's not a fair way to travel, especially on what you would consider a luxury travel experience. So I went to Turo, and the Turo has never let me down yet, right? No. See, and Turo is not letting me down. Turo is allowing me to help you guys make a smarter purchase decision and to help Turo become a better company. And the vehicle I'm in right now is something that I got on Turo, and I've expressed concerns with making a reservation for something and getting there and being stuck with it. Well, I am, and I was. I needed something with 7 seats. Right, because I wanted to get something from Hertz Avis. I was here a week ago just doing final logistics, and I asked them, do you have any like Escalades? Yes. You could just reserve them online. So I went on Enterprise and I reserved the 7, whatever, the biggest luxury SUV, premium, like full size, every checkbox. Like I got the best thing that they have. And luckily, I was cautiously right about that, and they gave me an Audi Q5, which is just like a standard mid-size car. I should have known better. When I was here on the scouting trip, I got a full-size car, and they gave me a Toyota Corolla. So, like, they just give you what they have, right? Like, and they don't lock you into anything, which is why I needed to guarantee I had a 7-passenger vehicle. So I went on Turo, I searched for 7-passenger SUVs, and I found this Ford Explorer. And I'm like, all right, that'll do it. Ford Explorer looks nice, photos look nice and clean. And I ended up getting there, and I'm like, that can't be it. And this is one of those things, it's like a self-checkout. It's like directions are, keys are in the glove box. Have fun. And I saw this car, and I was like, son of a gun. Like, this isn't going to go well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, I don't even have to get out of the car for you to see like the rust on the doors, right? That's not a good start. And like opening the door and being like, oh, cool, check this out, right? This looks pretty crappy, right? This is not what you're getting. Now, this vehicle cost me double what I paid Enterprise for like a new Audi. But like, this is a 280,000 kilometer rusty ass vehicle. And when I say rusty ass vehicle, like it's not even sightly, right? It's disgusting. It's got cracked bumpers. It's got rust all over, including on the front. It's got scratches here. It's got damage here. And well, it's not even the good stuff yet. This is the worst. Right there. This piece of trim is missing. And when you go over like 100 kilometers an hour, which is normal driving, it howls in the wind. You got rust all along the top here. You got tape holding the door / window, whatever this is. The trim piece here, see this? Being held on by tape. Now, none of these pictures are in the description, and thing doesn't sound so great. The bumper's cracked down there. It's just, the bumper's also cracked down here. It is just not representative. I mean, even from 10 feet, right? Look at this. You could see the rust above the windshield. I mean, it's just an ugly, embarrassing vehicle to show up and pick people up in. And, I mean, the mirror's cracked off. So you get in the thing, it's got 280,000 kilometers on it. And it's just crap, right? This is not a vehicle you want people to get in and be like, check this thing out. Look at this. There you go, 258,925 kilometers. And unlike Hertz and Avis, this guy's got a limit of 130 kilometers an hour on it, so it maxes out. You go foot to the floor, you can't go any faster. And let's not even point out that the engine doesn't seem to idle very well. And it idles, but it's like it's got a rough idle. The windshield's cracked in this thing. The shocks are terrible. Like you hear, you can't drive down the road without hearing this terrible hollow suspension sound. Yeah, I think that's sufficient noise. This car is embarrassing. And to spend double what I would spend to get a new car from Hertz Avis Enterprise, that's the only comparison I can really give. You can't be like, wow, it's a really reasonable price. You have to compare it to what the other options are at the time in that location. And this is double what the other one is. And the other one's a nice new Audi with no damage. This thing's got the cracked windshield, the noise, the speed monitoring. The engine doesn't idle so good. The suspension sucks. There's rust all over the vehicle. And the interior looks like crap. So why am I concerned here, right? Like, what's the big deal, right? The car's a little rusty. It's a little beat up. Like, you're getting it. It's a privately owned car. You don't get this from a traditional car rental company. They give you newer cars, right? I knew this car was a 2013. It looked good in the photos. It looked representative of what we're looking for. And it was close in proximity to the airport where I was going, so I didn't have to go drive 40 minutes in a different direction to get something. So the purchase decision was there. But the problem is the advertising. The photos of the vehicle that I am seeing are not this car. I mean, it is this car, but I totally got catfished in that this car is not in that condition, right? It's not anywhere near the condition that they're representing it when I'm looking at the pictures and say, that will do for my needs. And I've had this happen several times now on Turo where I needed something for a photo shoot or needed something where I grab it and it was in an accident or something like that. The only way this can really be addressed and fixed isn't to have Turo have their host be more honest, because this guy's got great reviews. He's got 4.92 out of 5 stars. It's a great rating. Like, everybody's happy except for me. The only way Turo can fix this, and what you should be entitled to as part of the booking process, is you should be entitled to recent photos of the vehicle, because Turo's platform exists off of photos. The check-in, check-out process are based on photos. Now, I don't need the photos from the guy who returned it, whose kid threw up in the back or anything like that. That's not representative, right? Because it's the host's job to clean his vehicle and prepare his vehicle. I pulled up to this vehicle, parked on the street, filthy, zero effort. The interior is filthy, zero effort to make this car presentable to me. That's a problem. That is zero customer service. That is somebody taking advantage of a platform and essentially tricking customers to giving him money. How his rating is so high, I have no idea. What Turo can do is that they could take the previous rentals delivery photos from the host. So the guy who owns the vehicle, or girl who owns the vehicle, that is taking the photos to mark the condition of the car, giving it to the customer, those photos should be visible for everyone looking to rent a car on Turo. Like, here's the most recent photos we have. If something happens, like, look, things happen, right? Somebody crashes the car in the rental before you. You can't do anything about it. But these cars tend to accumulate damage, and these guys don't bother fixing them. They just keep renting them out with the damage on it, and you can't do anything. So I'm not having good luck with Turo. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop using them, but when I do have issues, I'm going to point it out, to give you guys something to look out for, and also to give Turo an opportunity to improve their platform so that they don't lose customers. Because when you lose customers, it's very difficult to get them back. And when you don't get customers because of people like me saying like this isn't a really good product, they're going to go elsewhere. So take the advice, add the photos, and hopefully we can prevent this from happening to other people other than myself. Thanks for watching. Rob Ferretti. See you next time.